And I think we're live. So, hey guys, this is Rich. Thanks for joining me on Kansas City's Networking Connection. I'm here with Andrew Keehn today, and we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff financial. But before we get to that, I'm going to do our standard, non-standard disclaimer. For the record, we do not, nor we ever give legal, investment, or health advice on this channel. Our opinions are our own, and if you need those services, you should seek out competent advisors in those fields. This information is presented for entertainment purposes only. You have been warned. And the basis behind this group is the Zig Ziglar quote: you can get everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. And that's kind of what I do. I have a lot of amazing friends who do amazing things. Andrew's one of those guys, and I appreciate him being here today, but he's got some pretty cool stuff he's going to tell you about. So Andrew, why don't you tell everybody kind of what you do? You've got I would say, unique niche is not even cover kind of what you do. So why don't you start telling everybody, and then I'll start with questions after that.
So I do a variety of things in the financial industry. I've got my Series 6, 67, so I manage money. I'm finishing up my EA, so I do tax planning, business succession planning. And probably my favorite part of my job is teaching people how to create privatized banking systems using life insurance.
Awesome. And so how did you get started in all this?
So when I was 19, I got started investing in real estate, owned a construction company, ended up owning a home and auto agency. And I got into the financial side. I've always been really good at picking stocks, so I thought I'd want to do that. But as I learned more about the industry, I basically found out that the industry is very broken. Financial advisors don't look at taxes as part of your financial plan, but taxes should be the foundation of your financial plan. So I wanted to learn more about taxes. I worked for a tax firm for a couple of years. And what I learned was, on the tax side, there's very, very few firms that do the tax planning. So I started calling around, trying to figure out, what firms do tax planning. Really couldn't find very many. Decided to get my EA, which is an enrolled agent. So that's a certification through the IRS for tax planning. And now I'm able to understand the financial side, the tax side. I love life insurance. Life insurance has an incredible amount of uses for it that no one's aware of. So I'm able to kind of not be an expert in every area, but I've got a very good team behind me, and we're really able to help our clients.
That's awesome. And before I forget, if you guys are interested in reaching out to Andrew, learning a little bit more about, if we don't cover what is in the description of the video, is his contact information, a little bit more about him. So be sure to read that and follow through. And that's how you're going to be able to get a hold of him. So, and we have a mutual friend who's already been on the show once. Adam Doran. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like losing my mind right here in front of everything. He helps you guys on the back end with some of your stuff that you're doing, right? That's, you guys kind of team up with them.
Yeah.
So
go ahead. So I met Adam probably 6-7 months ago. He's very much into the infinite banking side of things, or using life insurance for privatized banking. I learned about it about 2.5-3 years ago from a real estate investor, and I just absolutely fell in love with that strategy.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting how, one of these days somebody's going to do that 7 degrees of separation with me. It's going to be crazy. So, I know more people than Kevin Bacon, I think. So anyway, so how long have you been doing this? I mean, you said you're 19, so just kind of give us a round number. Don't give us the full details on how old you are, but like, this is, you've been doing stuff for a long time.
So I got into the financial industry, probably about 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
So I haven't been in it too long, but what I've done is I just took a very, very deep dive, probably spending 40 hours a week for the last 3 years, learning everything I can about taxes, investing, estate planning, just everything about the industry itself.
Well, and you know what I love about that is if you've only done it for that long, you haven't been molded by some other company on this is the way it's done and that's the way we have to do it. I can tell you that that's the biggest problem with most companies now. You have to fit in that box, and if you don't fit in that box, you're not going to work out there. So,
no, I actually started out with one of those companies, and what I learned very quickly was they don't make taxes part of it.
right.
They don't talk about life insurance. They don't talk about disability insurance. It's, hey, give me your money. Let me manage it. We'll call you next year sort of deal. And my
Right.
dad's a tax auditor. So taxes have always been at the forefront of my mind.
Awesome. So, what were the biggest issues of getting this started? Like doing what you're doing now?
Just going out and finding the clients. Trying to find the right clients is still an issue. A lot of people just don't quite understand exactly what I do because I do a couple different things, and trying to get people to think differently about finances and taxes and tax planning has been difficult. Most people think their CPA does tax planning, but they really don't. There's very few CPAs that do tax planning. And even if they do, they don't, very few talk to the financial advisor. So no matter what, there's always going to be holes in your financial plan unless you've got a team of advisors that know different disciplines.
Right. So, and did anybody tell you it wouldn't work when you first started?
Probably not, but
Okay.
what I did hear a lot of is about using life insurance as a banking system and using life insurance as a place to hold your liquidity. But I've got a different presentation now, and that's kind of helped. And I think with everything going on in the market these days and the economy's changing at such a rapid pace, information's changing, more and more people are starting to think about taxes, inflation. So a lot of people over the last probably 6 to 12 months are a lot more open to hearing new ideas than what they used to be.
It's good because the government's changing the rules at the speed of light at this point, so you got to be way ahead of them. And let's see. So, do you love what you do now?
I absolutely love it. I love helping people not pay taxes.
Yeah, right. Me too. I love that. I think they got enough. I mean, they can print as much as they want anyways. So why do you need my little pittance from me? So,
Yep. We work hard for our money, so we should be able to keep more of it.
I can't just go print it or rely on the houses that are sitting out there to generate money for me. You know, like the state and the county do, or the cities. So, how'd you find this job? Because this kind of a unique, where you're at. This had to be kind of like you had to go around at a couple different places to get this figured out.
Yeah, I've been to probably 6, 7, 8 different firms over the last couple of years. Most firms, they're say, hey, let's sell you a product. I don't like products. I prefer strategies. Products cause problems, strategies solve problems. So it's really tough finding a good firm that understands how to really help their clients.
And if somebody watching wanted to follow the same career path, would you recommend doing it the same way you did? Is there a better way to get where you're at?
I would definitely say dive in, learn everything you can, learn what's right about the industry, learn what's broken about the industry, work for someone else. Make sure you've got enough money saved up that you can last 12 months, 6 months.
Yeah, I think that's good advice no matter what you're doing. And honestly, I think working for somebody else is always a great start. If you want to break into an industry, there's nothing like getting on the job training and getting paid for it,
Correct.
And you will see, if you're just open your eyes, you'll see the money that's left on the table by all these other businesses. I mean, it's pretty funny when you go up and you'll tell them, hey, look, we can do this or we can do that. They'll go, yeah, we tried that once. It just didn't work. And it's like, Well, how hard did you try? I mean, if you're leaving money on the table, it's amazing to me that the mentality out there for Fortune 500 companies is just unbelievable. So
Yeah.
even Fortune 1000 companies the same way. So
As a society, we just been taught to think about our finances one way.
yeah.
And it's just hard to get past that.
Well, it's that way with everything. I mean, in real estate, I just did a real estate training in my office last week, and I'm like, hey, the problem is you got to think differently on some of these unique things, and it's not just we're going to put a sign in the yard and wait for somebody to show up. Sometimes you got to mix it up a little bit. You got to have different ways to close it and fund it, and so. So the folks out there watching this, if they're watching it, what do you really need help with right now? If anybody is watching and you say this is the one thing I need help with, maybe that person's watching, what would that be?
Just finding new clients. I think that's just the hardest part of our industry, just finding the right clients.
Qualified clients.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And that doesn't always mean that they've got to have money.
Right.
I've got a couple of clients right now that I make no money off of.
Right.
They are very eager to learn, and I want to help them. If someone wants to make a difference in their financial life, then I want to help them.
Right. That's qualified right there, is that they understand that they're going to have to make a sacrifice or two to get to where they want to be. Right. So that is definitely qualification. So do you have a mentor?
I've got a couple.
Okay. And how did you find them?
Just being in the industry, just keep talking to more and more and more and more and more people, trying to find other advisors or other professionals that align with my philosophy.
Sure.
And align with the teamwork. Hey, we really can't help our clients that well without a very solid team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our industry fails at that.
And then how can people get a hold of you?
My website, blackstonewealthprotectors.com, and phone number is 785-430-3717.
And is there anything else you'd like to add that we didn't really cover today that, like you'd want to tell everybody kind of a background of kind of what you do? Or
if you want to create tax-free wealth, if you want to quit relying on the banks and the government, give me a call. I can help. Or I should say, quit relying on the banks and Wall Street. Banks, Wall Street, and the government, they're the ones that give us our education, but yet they do things completely different than the way they tell us to do it. So do you think they know a little bit different things than we do?
Yeah, I always think that's very interesting how there's a set of standards for us and then one for them and the things that they do. I mean, honestly, it's so funny when I see the market shifting and it's like everybody's selling all this stuff. Like, well, the big people did that the day before.
Yeah,
so you're already late.
They've been out for a while.
Yeah, right. So anyway, well, thank you for joining us today. And then if you guys be sure to go down in the comments, the description. All his contact information is in there. Reach out to him. And then if you're ready to get started, he's ready to help. So anyway, thanks again, Andrew, for coming on today. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
If you guys have anything for him, give him a call. So thanks, guys, and have a great day.